everybody, Hello Fly Haley's here. As most of you saw last weekend on the maiden flight, was very short flight. I hand launched this and it kind of rolled and went down. I didn't have enough elevator to pull it up. Anyway, hit the ground, busted the front of the fuselage off. Busted some little pieces here. This is kind of a little puzzle. It's in like 3 pieces. But anyway, these styrofoam planes are a very easy fix. A little epoxy. And I don't like the Foam Safe CA. I've tried it. It takes forever to set up. It's not very strong. I do not like it at all. I like epoxy way better. And this is easy to clean up. And this, you won't even tell where this is glued hardly down in here. But if you wanted to, you had a little paint, you could repaint over this and you never even know it's been crashed. But we're fixing to put this thing back together here. And we'll probably do it in, through 2 or 3 different steps, because I've got these pieces. I've got a crack right here I want to fix, and then we'll have to glue this whole area at one time back to the main part of the fuselage. But really, it's a very easy fix, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. First thing we'll do, well, if I can get this off, there we go. We'll get some epoxy mix. Let me get a stick. Couple of them. This is 6-minute epoxy, so that means I've got about 3.5 minutes to work with before it starts to set up. Not very long, so it'll be quick. So only on small areas is what we use this on. And the reason I want to use this is because I'm going to have to kind of hold pressure on some of this to get it to glue. So I don't want to have to sit here for 30 minutes holding it. So if it's something you can clamp with a clamp or something, or tape it, that's one thing. But this little section here is busted up pretty good. I'm gonna have to hold that kind of in place with a couple fingers. So all right, we're gonna do this spot and this over here first. So we'll just mix enough for that and get it to come out of here. This bottles are getting pretty low. Come on. Here comes one of them. Well, I know what's in there. There she comes. Slowly. There we go. Alright. We want even amounts of resin and hardener. So try to get that as close as you can to the same amount. Be sure and put the right color lid back on the right color bottle, or it will harden and be hard to get off. Okay, we're going to take this on this little mixing pad, mix that up really well. It should turn almost kind of a slight milky white when it's mixed good, no clear. So that's kind of how you can tell, but just be sure and really roll it over. It's very important to get this mixed real good. So, okay. It doesn't take much. That's pretty well it. Now, what I'm going to do first, and I'm going to take this, take a little bit on my stick, put down in there. Now I can take and clean this up with a paper towel and some alcohol if I need to. But now let's see right here. I'm going to lay this over here out of the way. Try to scoot this up. So pull these pieces off of here, and if I can get that to, it kind of scrunched them up a little bit when it hit the ground, so it kind of crumpled the foam, so I had to kind of pull it and straighten it back out in this area here to get it to fit. But let's go this side here first. Like I said, I've only got about 3.5 minutes here to work with on this before it starts setting, so I hope I didn't cut myself short. I'm going to do all these surfaces that we know are going to touch first. We're going to stuff that up against there, and it should kind of sit there for a minute. Now, get this part. Probably going to get some of this on my fingers, which alcohol and a towel will clean it right off. Alright, let's see if we can get that little piece kind of in there where it belongs. Now, let's see if we can do this piece. I'm going to hold this end since there's no glue going to go on it. I'm going to have a little excess on here. I'm not going to worry too much about cleaning this off with the alcohol because it's going to be on the bottom, not show that much. Battle scars from its first battle. My hand launch. Okay. Now, see if I can very carefully get that started without getting glue all over everything. Kind of get it lined up. Alright, we've got it all lined up, and I will have to hold pressure on this, so I'm going to turn the camera off while I'm doing this, and we'll be back as soon as it dries. Okay, that's setting pretty good. And you can see the glossy glue, and if you wanted to, after this sets good, you could lightly sand that and paint over this, and you wouldn't even hardly be able to tell it, but I'm not going to worry about painting that since it's on the bottom. It's not going to show much. So now I take my little glue pad and peel that off, go right to the next page. And we're going to mix a little bit more and fix the missiles and the fuel tank over here that's broke off. So let's get some more mixed here. Get my glue, come back out again, here it comes. It won't take very much on this either, so. Okay. Put our lids on. Always put your lid back on your glue as soon as possible. Keep it from drying out any more than it has to. Okay, again, mix it up till it's kind of a milky color. Make sure it's mixed really good. I always get too much, but I know you waste some, but you'd rather have too much than not enough, because once you get something started to glue and then you run out and you don't have enough to finish it, it's just almost impossible to go back and do that. So now what we're going to do is go right in here, put some in between those little fins that are cracked. And then we'll be able to just kind of push them back over. There again, there's going to be a little bit of glossy glue on it, but I'm not too worried about it. I don't know how long this plane's going to live anyway. So, okay, now we'll take the rest of this, put it on here, put it on this piece, all the white area that's going to be glued back. Okay, now that will fit right down on there. Goes back together good. Alright, I'm going to just, for safety's sake, I'm going to hold a little pressure on this for about 3 or 4 minutes. So we get this part done. We have the fuselage left, and I have one little bitty nipple tip that come off of the rudder on top, and we'll put it back. But I'm going to hold this right now and let it get set, and we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, now we're mixing pretty good little blob here for the main part of the fuselage to put it back. Let's get it all mixed up really good. This is going to be the fun one because I got to hurry and get all the glue on here, so I may get a little messy on this one. Alright, got a nice even milky color. Not sure which is the best way to go about this, so I'm going to start up here at the top first, work my way down, get plenty of glue on that. It may squish out on the side, but if it does, I will get a towel and alcohol and clean that off. This is really not even going to show because it's kind of hid back in behind the intakes where the brake is. So, alright, now I'm going to get that wire that goes to the front landing gear, which I don't even need. I don't know why I didn't just take that out. Quite a bit back here. This is going to be a weak point, so I want to get plenty of glue on it. I could go in here and reinforce it with some of these sticks if I needed to, or some blocks of styrofoam, but I think it'll be fine. It's got enough joints here that we're gluing that I believe is going to be good. So let's get glue all over this, and we'll set this aside and try to stick that down inside there without getting glue all over it. This is the fun part here, is putting this piece back on. Alright, we're going to get that lined up, push it on there. We're going to hold some pressure on it for a little bit, and we will be back in just a little bit. Okay, we are back. Got the fuselage all glued up. Canopy fits good. I did end up, I cut a block of styrofoam from an old box I had and filled this little square right on each side of it. Here is where the fracture was, so that will help reinforce that. It's pretty solid right now, so I think that should be fine, and that's not going to add enough weight to it to mount a hill of beans. So got that all done. Got the bottom. Now the bottom of it looks a little rough right over here, but I'm not going to worry about it because it's going to be a belly lander anyway, and chances are, who knows, this may not make it through another flight. We'll see. If I can ever get it airborne, I think I can land it all right, but anyway, we'll see what we can do. I'm going to try that underhand launch like I've seen some of the other guys on YouTube doing tomorrow. And anyway, she's all back together, and that's how easy it is to fix foam. I don't know, it took me total 45 minutes, I guess, maybe, to do all this. So she's ready to go. We'll take her to the field and try another flight tomorrow. Alright, thanks for watching.